Alright, what's up, YouTubers, boxing fans? 17 Brand Diff coming at y'all with a Keeping It Real Boxing show. I'm Mr. Jermaine Taylor on Arthur Abraham fight, so I'm going to have to go back to that tomorrow. But as of tonight, I could tell you about a fight. Andre Dirrell versus Froch. This is how the fight started, alright? From rounds 1 to rounds 5. Andre Dirrell clearly won those rounds. Andre Dirrell was most dominant in those rounds, because let me tell you why. Andre Dirrell had he had more energy coming into the fight. He used his foot movement, he kept distance, he kept the fight mostly in the middle of the ring. He used his hand speed, he used his foot speed, he used his agility, he used his awkward defense. You know, he's like an old school type defense, like Ali and him. You know, he uses his head a lot, doesn't use any counter tactics really. You know, pretty good defense. And let me tell you something, man. This guy's he made Froch look like an amateur in the beginning of the fight. The first 5 rounds, if you watch it again, he beat Froch all 5 of those first rounds. Anybody want to debate with me? Let's debate. We can watch the fight together, stream it. I don't care, and I guarantee you, I'll put you down on this one. So round 6 to round 8. From round 6 to round 8, Froch at this point. Froch won 3 rounds, I'm gonna have to say, because I had Froch up 2 rounds. Because I believe he won 2 rounds in the midway through the fight. I can't remember what rounds they are, but I remember me saying, okay, writing it down, he won 2 rounds. So at that time, I believe it's 2 to 6. And like I said, anybody want to debate with me, we can go at it. Froch was not able to land flush at all tonight. Froch used a lot of dirty tactics, which I don't have a problem with. But when you're constantly hitting a man on the back of the head and not being penalized, it's disgusting. Because for one thing, the ref penalized Andre Dirrell for just shoving Froch on the ground once. Wasn't even one. It was deducted a point. Froch body slammed Andre Dirrell twice and was constantly hitting him on the back of the head. Now the thing is, I don't have a problem when a fighter hits a fighter on the back of his head when his head is down and he's trying to duck punches. But when you hit a fighter on the back of the head and you know his head is right there and you're hitting him while y'all two are holding, you don't do that. That's not fair. That's not fair at all. And he did it all night. He was frustrated. He never was given a chance to get into his rhythm. He didn't land no clean punches at all. I would love to see the punch that, because Froch barely threw anything, and when he did throw something, he was hitting Andre Dirrell in the back of the head. He was very frustrated. This Froch tonight is a Froch we've never seen before. And this was the worst performance I ever seen by Froch. And not because Froch is a bad fighter, because he's not. Froch, I'm a Froch fan. And I like both of his fights with Pascal and Taylor. And he performed well, in my opinion, in both of those fights. But this fight, Dirrell was a much better fighter. Dirrell's a much better fighter than Froch. And this is when style makes fights. This is the type of thing styles make fights. You know what I mean? And when you got these two types of styles, Froch doesn't have the speed. He doesn't have the foot speed. He doesn't have the hand speed. He doesn't have the defense. He doesn't have the good reflexes. And Andre Dirrell got all the qualities that Froch don't. Andre Dirrell, throughout the whole fight, through midway early and midway through the fight, he was able to keep the fight in the middle of the ring. And even when he went to the ropes, he was steady catching Froch flush with that right hand constantly all night. And it got to a point where you seen Froch didn't really want to approach. Well, not approach. It was getting to a point midway through the fight, where Froch was so frustrated that you could tell he was stinking before trying to get Andre Dirrell up against the ropes and trying to manhandle him. Because every time Froch come in, he would throw his lead hand down, and when he come in, his hand would be down to go up for a punch. And well, to go up for a left hook, I believe it's his left hand that he keeps down. And when he went up to throw that left hook, Andre Dirrell would see that open and would catch him with that right hand and sprint out of there. And he did that starting midway through the fight. Not so much early, because like I said early, it stayed in the middle of the ring. Andre Dirrell clearly outclassed this guy. I'm telling you, it was crazy that he beat Carl Froch that way. And like I said, they gave the fight to Carl Froch. So, late rounds. Rounds 9 to 12 were the best rounds of the fight, in my opinion. Let me start off with this. Like I said, they deducted a point. It was midway through the fight from Andre Dirrell. So that's 3 rounds of 6. Boom. We're at round 9 now. Well, we're at round 10. Round 10, Andre Dirrell clearly dominated. So that's 7 to 3 rounds. Andre Dirrell rocked Carl Froch in the 10th round. 11th round, Andre Dirrell rocked him again. Andre Dirrell clearly won that round. So that's 8 rounds to 3. 8, 9, 10, 11. We're done. First 11 rounds. Last round, 12th round. I'm going to have to give the Carl Froch. Carl Froch, I'm going to have to give it to Carl Froch because even though Andre Dirrell was still landing more flush in the 12th round and was going for the knockout, Carl Froch was trying to push the action a little bit more but couldn't get it done. So I'm giving it out of sympathy, even though he gotten enough from the ref from getting a deduction at 1 point. But on some real, Andre Dirrell clearly won this fight. So in my opinion, 9, 9, 9, 9, 10, 11, 12, I'm going to have to 8 rounds to 4. 8 rounds to 4. 9, 10, 11, 12. 8 rounds to 4. Dirrell won that fight. That fight was a blowout. The fight wasn't even close. And just because Andre Dirrell was able to stay away from Carl Froch's right hand, Carl Froch wasn't able to land flush at all, guys. If you really thought Carl Froch won that fight, I'm calling you out now. Because Carl Froch did not win that fight. And I could point out every round. If you show me one time, or at least 3 times, that Carl Froch landed a flush on Andre Dirrell, man, I ain't gonna put no bets up, man. But you know what really happened. I couldn't believe how, you know, the people, Froch fans, I know you love Froch, but I couldn't believe how so biased. I'm not talking about UK fans, because not all UK fans are bad. I'm cool with a lot of UK fans, you know what I mean? But how biased they were against, they knew Froch lost that fight. And you can see how fast they just was they was sprinting out that door. Because, come on now, Froch didn't win that fight. And like I said, man, if you really thought he won that fight, this is the type of fight, man. This is already a bad look on a Super 6 tournament, man. This is a terrible... If this stuff is going to keep happening, I mean, you got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. If you really thought Froch won that fight, let me know what rounds he at least landed one punch in without hitting somebody on the back of the head and was never deducted a point. Body slamming people. Purposely body slammed him. He could have hurt his back. That's the worst thing you can hurt on a man in a fight is his back. Because when his back is gone, everything else is gone. You know what I mean? He got frustrated. He was mad. He couldn't land flush. This is the worst I've ever seen of Carl Froch, man. And I just don't see him making it against the likes of Kessler or Andre Ward. Even Taylor gave him problems. Arthur Abraham, I think, would give him problems. I just don't see it happening. And like I said, I had the fight up for Andre Dirrell. I'm going to have to say... I'm scoring it off the top of my head. I got it 8 rounds to 4, but maybe 114 to 111. 114 to 111. Or you can go as far, like I said, you can go as far as the 114 to 112 if you want. But the fight wasn't that close at all, in my opinion. And like I said, I'm giving Carl Froch that last round out of sympathy, for real. He even knew. You can see the expression on his face. He didn't even know what to say after the fight. You know, I just couldn't believe how they ripped this guy off. I'm speechless. Me and my girlfriend's dad just sit there and we couldn't believe it. So let me know what you thought about the fight and holla at me. Peace.